Namaste everyone and welcome to an evening yin yoga session. In this yoga session, we'll be tackling all body parts mainly, or at least try to do our best to cover them all. It's going to be yin yoga, but you won't be needing any props at the moment. It's a completely prop-free yoga class. So we're just going to begin and we're actually going to go on our back. We're going to start in Shavasana. We're not doing this very often, but it might actually be very good, especially for people who are just turning to yoga, who are a little bit of in the beginning of their yogi life. It's especially great because if you're not so aware yet of how your posture should be in meditation, at least when you're lying down, you know that you're doing the right thing because you can only lie on your back one way. So let's begin. So we're gonna make sure that the back of our hands are onto the floor, both of them, so that we're opening our shoulders. Our feet are about hip width apart, and we're gonna open them as well, so they also fall towards the outside. And then when you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. And we're gonna take a couple of deep breaths. And for the next minute, we're just gonna focus on our breathing. And if you are new, you can put your hands on top of your belly to really feel the movement of your breath completely. All right, very good. So when you have a little moment to connect to your breathing, then if you want, you can open your eyes again. If you don't want, you can keep them closed and I'll explain it how to transition into the next pose. So the first pose we're going to do is happy baby pose. So we're going to basically bring our knees towards our belly, both of them. Then we're going to take with our index finger and our middle finger our big toes, and then we're going to open up our legs, and more or less our knees will be in kind of a 90-degree position angle. If you have any issue with your big toes or your fingers, you can also take the outside, but in general, you will go deeper into the position this way. So just make sure that you still feel some stretch into your groin, into your hip maybe as well, and a little bit in your back. And then we're going to close our eyes and we're going to be here for the next 2 minutes. And from here, we're going to transition into a stretched leg. So we're going to first take our left leg and we're going to stretch it completely. Our right foot, right leg can be bent. Now it might be best to take that big toe with your index and your middle finger. And in this position will just be for the next minute. I'm not going to say very long here, just to give a deep stretch to your hamstrings. If your hamstrings are way too tense, you can just give a little bend into your knee and then you can close your eyes again. And we're going to be here for 1 minute. All right, and then we close the left leg again, and we're gonna switch legs now. So we're gonna lengthen our right leg now. Same here. If you feel too much of a stress in your hamstrings, you can bend the knee just slightly. And here as well, it is best to take your both fingers and your big toe. And then we're gonna close our eyes again for 1 minute before we transition into the next position. All right, very good. Then we bring both legs back together. We now cross the left foot over the right foot or the other way around. And then we take with our left hand our right foot, with our right hand the left foot, and then we're gonna rock back and forth until we come into a seated position. Of course, if you haven't figured this one out yet, don't worry, you can just come gently into a seated position. So we've worked a little bit on our legs. We're gonna go into our upper body. So the next position we're gonna do is an easy twist. We're gonna be here as well for about 2 minutes each side. What we're gonna do is what I like to do is on an inhale, bring the arms all the way up. It's just to make sure that you have the length in your spine, that you open your shoulders, and then on the exhale, you're gonna go with your left hand on your right knee, and your right hand goes behind you, and then you gently twist. And also here, we're gonna be for about 2 minutes, so you can close your eyes and just feel whatever it does with your body. You will feel it in your spine, in your shoulders, maybe also a bit in your biceps and triceps a little bit. And we keep on breathing. And I will see you guys again in 2 minutes. Then on the inhale, we gently come out of the position again. We raise both arms again overhead. And on the exhale, we're gonna move into the opposite direction. So now our right hand comes on top of our left knee and our left hand comes behind our back. And really make sure that you go behind your buttocks or behind your behind, just to make sure that you really get a proper twist. And then on the inhale, we come back out of the position, back into the center. The next position is called graceful bow, and this position will be really amazing for the deltoids and also for your arms in general. So let's start. Most people will also know them as Garuda arms. So we're gonna bring both hands forward and then we're gonna bring one arm over the other. Now I've done my left arm over my right arm, and then you gently close your arms and you twist your arms over each other. So there are two options here. I'm going to turn a bit around. I'm going to have a little twist while I'm explaining this. Um, if you can't reach for your palms, you can also put the back of the hands together. That's perfectly fine if your shoulders are too tight, if they start hurting you. it might be better to take a step back and be really gentle for yourself. If you feel there is opening in your body and you feel that you can grab your palms, really do, because it will get you deeper into the position and give you a deeper stretch. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to raise our arms a little bit up. So I really can't see you anymore, but that's fine. And when we do this, we're going to make also a straight spine. And then on the exhale, we bend completely forward. In general, you want your arms a little bit hovering above the mat just to make gravity do its work as well. If that's too hard, you can always go down a little bit more. And we're going to be here for 2 minutes again. Inhale, we come back up again, and then we release on the exhale. If you want, you can just shake your shoulders a little bit, move them around just to continue the flow of the blood. Yeah, all right. And then we're gonna do the exact same thing, but with the opposite sides. So we're gonna straighten our arms again. Now the right arm is gonna go on top of the left one, and then we're gonna bring them towards each other and wrap on both arms together. Again, the same two options. It is advisable if you're doing the other side to keep with the same option as you did before. Of course, if you can't because of an injury, that's perfectly fine, but in general, it's better to do the same option, both sides. Just to be aware of this as well. Then we're gonna raise our arms a little bit, make a straight spine, and then on the exhale, we're gonna bend forward. And again, we're gonna be here for 2 minutes. the inhale, we come back up again, and we release on the exhale. Again, we can gently move our upper body again. All right. Then we're gonna do some neck stretches next. And this is actually one of my favorite poses to do. It's really easy to do, and it's such an amazing feeling as well. Mostly after, not during, but as I said, really simple and also amazing if you especially do a lot of computer work and you are almost always in one position in front of your computer. So on the inhale, we're gonna raise our left arm, and then on the exhale, we're gonna put our arm on the right side of our head, so on our right cheek, and our head gently starts falling to the left. And I say falling here rather than pulling because we're actually not gonna pull. So our hand is just gonna be on top of our cheek, on top of our head, and you're gonna start to feel a pull in the right side of your neck, which is perfectly normal, which is really great to feel as well. And we're gonna be here for the next 2 minutes. Now, next inhale, we bring our left hand back up again, and gently we bring our head to the center again. Exhale, we're gonna lower our arm back again, and then we're gonna immediately change sides. So inhale, raise right arm overhead. Exhale, our head comes to the right side and our right hand comes onto our left cheek. And here as well, we're gonna stay for 2 minutes. Inhale, raise your right arm back up again overhead. Exhale, lower. And now we're gonna make ourselves ready for Shavasana again. Alright, so we're gonna go back into Shavasana, the position we did at the very beginning. So I'm not gonna give too much of an explanation. Just make sure that you're lying in a comfortable position because we're gonna be here for about 3 minutes. You can close your eyes again and then gently let go of your thoughts. Let go of all the worries. At this point, you don't have to do anything anymore. And if you're afraid that you will drift off and fall asleep, don't worry. At the end, I will guide you out of Shavasana again. So even that trouble, that worry, you can let go. And then gently bring back movement in your fingers and your toes. Very gently, very softly. And then gently make that movement a little bit bigger. Bring it towards your hands and your feet. And then your arms and your legs. And if you want, you can stretch yourself completely. And when you are ready, you can come onto your right side. Keep your eyes closed. Just for another 2 minutes. And from here, in this position, push yourself up into seated position again. You can bring your hands in front of your chest. Then you can lower your head. And here you can gently open your eyes. And take your time to let your eyes adjust to the light again. And when you're ready, you can raise your head up again. And that was it for this yoga session. It was not a very big one, but it kind of has some basics. Very good for people coming from work, going into the transitioning of the evening. Also, people who don't have a lot of time. This is really ideal. People who aren't so that flexible are also really beneficial. I might edit this out. Anyway, I'd like to wish you a very nice evening, and I hope to see you next time. Namaste.